rules and regulations, how we follow them, integrity, and it relates to me and my staff in this case.
Okay. Would you mind going through, I guess, one of the issues that has been brought up involves the hiring process and I guess specifically background screenings and drug screenings. What's the city's policy?
The city's policy is that any employee who is assigned, who is being considered, has to conduct you have to conduct a background check, a criminal background check. And we do that on every employee. In order for that employee to get the job, they have to pass it. And also any employee for the city of Albany and Water, Gas, and Light, which is a department of the city basically, has to come up with a negative test to be employed. You have to take the test. There has to be a negative result. If there is a positive result, that employee is not considered. Period. It's over for anybody. If there are two inconclusives, two consecutive inconclusives for that particular employee or potential employee, they shall not be considered for employment. That's what the policy says. That's what we've done in this and every other case. We never deviate. I wouldn't dare consider deviating from the policies. The policies are what keep us strong and make us a better organization than most. And by the way, the city commission has voted on those policies. I have no choice but to follow those directions. It's like an order. And at the end of the whole thing, you would obviously know that. If you applied and you didn't pass, you'd be told that you failed and you were no longer considered. Of course, if you were a two-time inconclusive, you'd be told that too. And told that subsequently, therefore, you cannot be considered for this job. And it's over. Once those things happen, the consideration for that any employee is over. Now, if an employee is of the city has a problem with drugs or substance abuse, there are some employee assistance programs that exist where that employee may get a second chance or one or two opportunities to get themselves straight and come back. But that's in the policy too. That does not exist for applicants. Why would we spend city money on somebody who doesn't work for us? The last thing we want in either the city or Water, Gas, and Light is to have anybody in positions of authority handling pieces of equipment who are substance abusers. And that's a big problem in society. And fortunately not a big problem with us, but throughout society, it's so much of a problem that every city or organization I've worked for has a drug testing policy of some sort. When I was in the Army as an aviator, I had to take drug tests every year, or in some cases, when I was a commander, once every 3 months or so. But then I was an aviator and I was training people to be aviation people, and that was a very sensitive and very dangerous area to work in, so you couldn't have people abusing any drugs or substances there. But back to the city of Albany, we have a very good drug program. The city commission in 2006 amended the program to add the inconclusives, I believe. They upped the ante on random selection to include themselves. And so we enforce it without deviation, with consistency with everybody.